which one has the best creativity, which one has the best aesthetics. So we buy it from that, So I would say, don't worry about creative field. There's always rooms for you to actually find yourself, a job there.
That's right. So that is the reason why I think art and design is nowadays more and more popular among new generation of Vietnamese students going outbound for their study and future career.
Yeah.
So when learning about BCU, I can see that the philosophy at BCU about art, design, and media field is to blur the boundaries between academia and the real world work, like the practice. So how are you building up the career prospects for the students across the colorful, creative world from fashion, textile, media, architecture, and very interesting about BCU is the stage courses like acting, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And so reflecting on the courses, delivery, placement, and links to the professionals, for example.
Okay. Sure. So obviously there's two things here that I like to address. First is that boundary, as you said, that we're trying to blur the lines between academia and the real world. For sure, because obviously, like I said, we're a modern university. So modern university are very focused on practical learning, right? So instead of just asking the students to read the books and understanding theories, we want them to be on the field. We want them to actually use equipment and do things and produce things, okay? So first and foremost, I think the facilities itself, the course itself, the work itself is requiring students to actually blur that line already. But in terms of like career perspective, what I think is very special about BCU is that instead of just having like one career center, right? We actually have four, because we have four faculties, right? Because we understand that students who are studying business and students who are studying art, students who are studying engineering requires different people who understands about their jobs. So we have four career center. And this is opened 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Students are able to go in, make an appointment with the specialist and, get help in terms of like writing their resumes, writing their emails, interview sessions, any kind of things like that. The students are more than, welcome to actually go in and ask. And then on top of that, obviously, just like any other universities, we have career festival, career fairs. We have people coming in and going at the university. But what I find very interesting about BCU is that we just launched a building, or actually a facility is called STEAM House. Okay, and the STEAM House is actually an incubation center, or in other words, it's a business center, right? So in this STEAM House, we have access to basically SMEs, right? Startups that start in BCU, and they come in and they ask for consultants, they ask for design help, they ask for all kinds of help in the business world, essentially. And therefore, what's going on there is that our students are able to actually engage themselves in all these projects that are coming through STEAM House, right? So, for example, in art, design, and media, obviously every business, like I mentioned before, requires a certain level of like designing, like packaging. So we get our visual communication graphics design students to come in and engage them with, these businesses, right? That's one thing. Another thing is that some of our courses, like digital marketing course, our course in future media that I mentioned earlier, and also our course in like visual communication or graphics designs. 3 of these courses, we have a modules where they come together, right? And they're students in different specialization. So they would get to immerse themselves together already, understanding each roles, right, that they do. So they would understand before they even get to work with the industry themselves. So I think that integration and understanding of like different roles that the students have opens doors for them, right? Because not a lot of people get the chance to actually integrate with people from different fields. So I think in terms of like creativity, in terms of like career prospect in the creative field, we definitely have that covered. And you said just now as well about the stage and stuff like that. So I don't know if, a lot of our viewers know, but obviously Birmingham is a city where Peaky Blinder is from.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, you're a fan?
I'm
Yeah.
a fan of Cillian Murphy.
I know, the Shelbys.
Yeah.
Such a good show.
Yeah.
So a lot of people know that it's, you know, it's not particularly filmed in Birmingham, but it is based in Birmingham, right? So there's BBC, right, in the city of Birmingham. We have a media studio, we have a radio station, we have TV stations just within the university itself. And all of these facilities are so well equipped that the BBC or all these little businesses and media studios actually rent our space and rent our equipment. The only things that we require them to do is to actually use our students. Right, so again, that integration with the industry you were talking about earlier.
That's very exciting to hear, actually, if I'm a student. Yeah. So to summarize, as like, okay, to test if I'm a quick learner or not. And based on what you said, I can think about BCU career support as not just like a normal career support. It is tailor-made across the faculties, like one for each.
Yeah.
4 faculties, right? And we have the incubator where the student, before going to the real world work, they have the chance to collab together across the different faculties and programs, right? Business students, creative students, marketing students.
Yeah.
So they team up like companies like SME,
Exactly.
real business, doing pitching, maybe, right? And the final word should be facilities when talking about media creative, right? We mentioned about Birmingham City. We mentioned about Peaky Blinders. BBC. I bet that like is very inviting to our students.